now we are live. to deepening the spiritual growth of our students. Catechism, Friday Mass, retreats, workshops, seminars, interfaith dialogues, and several such activities that align with the ethos of the college are regularly organized. We expect that all Christian students will strive to find more meaning from what the college has to offer. So as you step into this college, we expect that you will take back with you ideals and values that will contribute towards social transformation. I would like to end with a quote of the Holy Father, Pope Francis, who recently said that the COVID-19 pandemic has proven the failure of the world to work together during this crisis. And therefore, the Church, on the 4th of October 2020, came out with Pope Francis's third encyclical, Fratelli Tutti, subtitled on fraternity and social friendship. And so, my dear students, as you grow in JMC for the next 3 years of your lives, I invite you to grow in an inclusive environment that will unite all of us in a powerful social friendship that is binding and lasting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and inspiring the life ahead. I next invite Sister Dr. Rosemary, Assistant Professor of the Department of Elementary Education, to speak on Jesus and Mary College's mission, on which the foundation of this college rests.
Good morning to one and all. Saint Claudine Tavernet, foundress of the Congregation of Jesus and Mary, born in France in the year 1774 into the family of a silk merchant. She was the second child in the family of 7. Her parents were good, convinced Christians. Gladys, as she was called by her family, lived a normal life in the loving atmosphere of her home. She had to leave her schooling abruptly as the French Revolution disturbed the peace of the country. She experienced the horrors of the French Revolution. You know, during a revolution, as usual, many people, the elders, were killed. A girl of 19 years old had to witness the execution of the 2 of her own brothers. In spite of all the suffering of the time, she experienced God's love, goodness, and pardon. Forgive Gladys as we forgive was the last call from her brothers before their death. This call was a challenge in a world torn by violence, marginalization, a world thirsting for love, goodness, and reconciliation. She felt that it was the greatest misfortune to live and die without knowing the love of God. She greatly desired to share this knowledge of God with the others. God's love, goodness, and pardon, which she herself experienced. which she experienced in spite of all her suffering. She wished to form the girls into young women of faith who will be a blessing in their homes. She wished to form women capable of being good citizens and good leaders, whose presence anywhere in the world radiate goodness. Honest means to be a living witness to God's goodness, love, and pardon. Some of her sayings are: be true mothers, love your duty, let charity be the apple of your eye, God will provide. How good God is. She's trusted God at all times, even in the most distressing times, in all circumstances. She believed in the pedagogy of love, goodness, and pardon in her dealing with others, especially with the young. Today, the congregation spread to all continents and 30 countries in the world. Sisters of Jesus and Mary congregation came to India in the year 1842. The congregation celebrated the bicentenary, that is 200 years of its service to young girls. St. Patrick Junior College, Agra, was the first institution in India. To make it short, Jesus and Mary was established in the year 1968 to carry on the work of God in the footsteps of Claudine Thévenet to empower young girls through Christian education. God bless you.
Thank you, Sister, for this beautiful presentation. Having heard Sister Dr. Rosalie's message, we'll share with you how the mission of our Jesus and Mary congregation flows into the day-to-day campus life at JMC. I now invite Sister Dr. Molly Abraham, Assistant Professor, Department of History of Jesus and Mary College, to share this with us.
Good morning, one and all present here for the JMC Christian Orientation Program. I extend a warm welcome to all the first-year Christian students to the AICUF Society of Jesus and Mary College, University of Delhi. At JMC, we offer a platform for the Christian students under the banner of All India Catholic University Federation, AICUF, in order to promote Christian leadership and social responsibilities in the students. We have a good tradition of inculcating Christian values in the students through the AICUF activities. Now, it is your turn to make a good use of this society to grow and develop your leadership qualities to the full potential. Today, we are going to take you through the functions of JMC AICUF Society for you to know what is it all about. At JMC, we have a beautiful chapel set apart for prayer and silence. Faculty members and students for all religion come and spend time in the chapel and enjoy the divine presence here. We also have weekly Holy Mass on Fridays for the Christian students and faculty members and on Wednesdays for the non-teaching staff. It is a rare opportunity that you do not get in other institutions. So make sure that you attend the Holy Mass and receive blessings from our Lord. JMC has a good practice of imparting value education for faith formation. So we have weekly value education classes for the Christian students. The first year Christian students have a special privilege to participate in a 3-day annual retreat in the college conducted by eminent retreat preachers. As the experience shared by our former students, it's a lifetime experience you are going to cherish for the rest of your life. So do attend the retreat. As part of the society activities, AICUF conduct various programs like orientation for the students, leadership activities, seminars and webinars, guide students for university competitive exams, conduct debates and other competitions, which gives our students an opportunity to take part in all of it and to gain confidence. So much so, our Christian students become volunteers and take lead in conducting most of the college programs. With the help and support of various NGOs in Delhi and outside Delhi, our AICUF students complete certain hours of social work, which gives them a certain amount of fulfillment and satisfaction and motivate them for continuing this charity works in later part of their life too. We do organize and give opportunity to our students to be part of interfaith dialogues and musical programs, which gives them an exposure and confidence. JMC AICUF students take lead in organizing the Christmas celebration at college and proclaiming the birth of Jesus to everyone. May the peace and joy of Christmas be with all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Dr. Molly, for walking us through the activities that are organized for our Christian students at GMC. Next, we have the students of GMC sharing their experiences with us. I first call upon Ms. Anne Jacob, former president of GMC AICUF and an alumna of the Sociology Department of Jesus and Mary College, to share her experiences with us today. She's pursuing her master's in psychology from Christ University, Delhi NCR campus.
Good morning, everybody. Respected principal, chief guests, sisters, and teachers. It's an immense pleasure for me to be a part of the Christian Orientation 2020-21. I would like to welcome all the first years to this huge family of Jesus and Mary College. A couple of years back, when I was attending this orientation, I was in the very same place with the fears, anxieties, doubts on what am I going to do these 3 years? How am I going to build and mold myself? That most of you might be thinking right now. But still, there was this hope in me that this college is going to be a significant step towards something in my life. Initially, my life in college was quite disturbing, a bit tough, coming from out of those four walls where I thought my whole world was, to a totally new world where each day started with a new experience. But it didn't took me much time for those experiences to become a fun part of my life. That positivity I gained was only because of the friendly, welcoming, and helping natures of my friends, my seniors, and my teachers, which made JMC just like a home to me. My life, from how I was in school to how I am right now, was hugely transforming just because of JMC. Though I was an active student in school, but the exposure, the independence to choose what I want and how I want to grow is something that JMC has uniquely taught me. JMC has its unique features being the Christian institution. It has always helped me to keep my Christian essence intact within me and grow more in broader aspects of life. Over the years, it has helped me to come out of my shell and work beyond the path that I had carved out for myself. And I would give the credits to the entire college, everybody involved in these 3 years of my college life. My teachers, my seniors, my fellow batchmates are the core reason for whatever I am today. As ma'am just mentioned, currently I'm doing my master's from Christ University. It was a totally different world for me in the beginning, but whatever I learned from JMC had made it easy to adapt this new phase of my life. For the next 3 years you are here, I would like to share one simple lesson: learn, grow, innovate, make friends, and meet more new people. But most importantly, come out of your shell, come out of your comfort zone and expand it. Also, in reality, there is nothing called a comfort zone. Instead, everything that you do should make you comfortable and excite you. And enjoy yourself thoroughly for the next 3 years. Do your best. Give your best in everything that you do. And JMC will carve you out for the world out there. And definitely, after your graduation, when you will move out of here, you will see a major difference in yourself. I wish each one of you all the success in your life. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Next, we have Ms. Sonia Sebastian, an alumna of the Economics Department of JMC. She's pursuing her master's in economics from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi.
A very warm good morning to one and all. First of all, let me express my gratitude for giving me this beautiful platform to share my experiences at JMC. From crying on the first day of my college, out of sheer lack of self confidence, and feeling so lonely, to this day, having secured admission to an institution that I have always kept in high regard, this journey has been absolutely wonderful. It is wonderful because it has been challenging on multiple fronts. The much more stronger, the more confident version of me has been built by JMC without a doubt. JMC provided the right kind of people and environment to make this transformation possible. I could have never overcome those hardships without God's help. This college helped me develop in all fronts, in particular spiritually. I'm very sure that the regular holy masses and catechism classes will help you deepen your faith in the Almighty. A beautiful grotto of Mother Mary near Sister's residence as a symbol of hope and assurance in difficult times. We all feel equipped to face anything that life throws at us. And in my opinion, this attitude to life is one of the most fundamental elements for a happy and satisfied life. I wish all my dear friends happiness and may the Almighty guide you to make the best out of JMC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sonia. Finally, I call upon Ms. Shobha Abraham, a further economics honors student, to share her experience at JMC.
Good morning, dear principal, our chief guest, sisters, teachers, parents, and my dear juniors. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Jesus and Mary College. I am Shobha Abraham, a third-year student of economics, and I hope you will discover very soon what I have discovered in my 2 short years at JMC. That you have entered a lively, challenging, diverse, and warm community. To you parents here, we look forward to getting to know the exceptional young people you have raised. We hope in helping provide a rich array of opportunities for them to learn, to discover who they are, and how they want to make a difference in the world. And to you, students of the class of 2023, a very warm welcome. I'm here to say a few introductory words about my JMC experience. As one of the nation's leading colleges, JMC has much to offer. Speaking from personal experience, coming to JMC has been quite a turning point in my life. I left the comfort of my home and arrived at Delhi, filled with uncertainty, yet loaded with aspirations. The atmosphere of the missionary zeal and warmth made me feel belonged, as you too will in the months to come. The Religious of Jesus and Mary, a Roman Catholic congregation of women dedicated to the education and service of the poor, seeks to teach us the disciplined and educated way of conducting ourselves. With weekly catechism classes and Friday Mass, we as Christian students grow in our spiritual lives alongside our academic growth. You have come to JMC. When you step outside the classroom, you will discover a campus that is teeming with activities. Student organizations, clubs, athletics, performances, and community service programs. And at the center of your JMC experience is the societies, both cultural and academic. It is through these societies that we explore the realm of interdisciplinary interactions, which make our learning a complete process. I earnestly advise you to experience working for as many societies to get a professional understanding of the world. Our incredibly talented faculty you meet to select the courses you will take this year will be your guides and allies in your exploration and adventure of your college life. I want you to know that the entire university community is here to support, sustain, and encourage you as you commit to study here at JMC. I speak for the entire faculty, staff, and student community of JMC in saying that we are so happy you have made the decision to join us. Welcome.
Thank you, Shobha. We now move on to our special address by Dr. Bernard Desami, Dean, School of Human Excellence, Loyola College, Chennai. Hailing from the discipline of history, he served as an associate professor in history and as former head of the department at Loyola College. While in service, he has held several key positions such as Dean of Students, Director of the Student Service Center, that is Placement and Training, Coordinator of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQSC, an internationally acclaimed academician cum activist. His heart lies with the struggles and issues of migrant workers. He was selected as a visitor to the United States of America under the International Visitors Program in 1992 and as a Salzburg Fellow in 1994. He went on to the Oxford University for a summer institute on forced migration in the Refugee Studies Center. He was selected to Stockholm, Sweden, on the Olof Palme North-South Fellowship Program to the Stockholm Institute of Education in the summer of 2002. As an executive committee member of the Association of the British Scholars in India, he has contributed much to academics. He was invited to San Remo in Italy in September 2016, selected by the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, that is UNHCR, for a pilot course on statelessness in the International Institute for Humanitarian Law and was invited to be a part of the Global Academic Network and a member of the newly initiated Global Compact on Refugees. Having supervised 10 research candidates for their PhD, Dr. Bernard Desami is a much sought-after speaker, mentor, and advisor who has been instrumental in the capacity building of faculty, students, and for religious congregations. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. We are really honored to have you here. I now invite you to deliver your special address.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you can see me and hear me. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Extremely pleased and extremely happy to be with you all today, this morning. Jesus Mary College, revered management, principal, Dr. Sandra, faculty members, students, and particularly the first year students who are in the campus for this academic year. Privileged to be with all of you and happy to be with all of you this morning and to share some of my thoughts with you as students from the Christian community. I wanted to place before you, your college has an excellent track record, and you have done such a lot. And listening to your past students and the present one about the college, it gives me an idea about your college. And at the same time, heard from Lord that your college is doing extremely well. With this note of introduction, I thought that I will share some of my thoughts with you. This is an orientation program for the first year Christian students. And I'm sure that the parents too are invited for this meeting. And some of the faculty members are present, and the management, some of the members from the management, principal, or, all are present. First of all, what I would like to place before you today is, while thinking about this address today, I thought we should be, as Christians, I will use Catholic and Christian synonymously. So it doesn't mean that when I say that I'm, talking only about the Catholics alone, or when I say about the Christians, I leave out the Catholics, nothing like that. I use it synonymously, sometimes Catholic, sometimes Christian. So that with that introductory note, I thought that I will share with you the first idea of mine, namely, I think this is a time in India where we should be really proud of being Indian Christians. I think this is something, as an alternative we have to develop, because the times are really challenging. I need not explain, I need not elaborate. All of us know what is happening at the national level and what is happening in different states. Definitely, several challenges. I think the first response would be to be, proud member of being an Indian Christian. Why I am saying this? The reason is this: we are not Christians of last century, 200, 300. Read Shashi Tharoor's book and his writings. He would always say that we are Christianity in India is as old as Jesus himself. One of his disciples came to India, Saint Thomas, and in Kerala, proudly they say that we are Saint Thomas Christians. And after Saint Thomas, their faith was kept alive by the Eastern Orthodox Church and churches providing the spiritual care for people who embrace Christianity in Kerala. So in that way, Christianity is, as old as Jesus himself. And in that way, we are Christians for 2,000 years. So nothing new, nothing that, Christianity, has come to us with, with the colonialism. No, not with our colonial masters, but much before that. In the same way, the second wave, St. Francis Xavier, and that is the time, I think Goa and Tamil Nadu and many other places, coastal, the southern coastal areas, many of them were converted to Christianity, embraced Christianity during this period. of St. Francis Xavier, and all of us know that how deep Christianity in places like Goa. At any point of time when you visit Goa and shout out Francis, the name of Francis or Xavier, there will be a dozen people who would stand up and say that I'm Francis, I'm Xavier, right? So that is the impact of Christianity in Goa and other places. Many others. Ziegenbalg, for example, you would have heard about him. He was a Lutheran missionary who came to Tranquebar Danish mission. The Denmark king had sent him here, and then he came here and then found the soil, very, very fertile for taking the, taking the word of God, and then, he was the first one. He was from Germany, Halle in Germany. The Germans were the first one to, invent printing machine, and he brought a printing machine. And the first print book was much before that the Jesuits brought. But Ziegenbalg was the one in 1706 printed, some of the first Bible. And he said that, while, we can print, but at the same time, the people should be literate to read the Bible. So he started also schools. 36 years, and he died here. And some of these missionaries, they gave their life completely for uplifting the people whose lives were really, really, really in the dehumanizing condition. William Carey, or you take many of them, and it is the missionaries, whose contribution in today's India is substantial. Most of the fruits were introduced by them, and coffee was introduced by them. One of my friends in Madras Institute of Development Studies wrote a book, and it is a famous book. You should also read when you get time. There was no coffee in those days. That's the title of the book. So it is, the coffee was brought and then introduced here, and then it became a status symbol for the elite class in India, elite caste and class in India to drink coffee. So in that way, missionaries, they were the ones, you take any language in today, Tamil or Malayalam, Arnos Padri, in Tamil it is Peski, and Hindi, Gujarati, you take any Marathi, you take any of the regional languages. Dictionaries and grammar, books, they were all systematically written. Otherwise, we would have lost, the grammar and many other things for our languages, regional languages. India is divided on the, our states are linguistic states, and our languages are so important. And, it is they who, who really, gave life to these languages by, lexicography, dictionaries, and grammar books, and all that. So in that way, I think the contribution of the missionaries is really, for malaria, we use the quinine, right? Quinine is a major component of the medicine that cures, that is used for the malaria, for malaria fever and malaria-related ailments. That quinine powder is known as Jesuit powder. It was all, the Jesuits who brought, and then, the trees were grown in the slopes of the hills, and that is how. So what I'm trying to tell you here is this: education. We are all in higher education. The first educational institutions were started by the Christians. The first institution, Senate of Serampore College, 1818. Sister mentioned 1818 as the, JMC. The congregation was founded, and this is also, 1818, William Carey founded the Senate of Serampore. And that's the first college, and it was later converted into a university in 1826. And the three universities in Madras, Calcutta, and Bombay, at that time Bombay, they were started in 1857. Much before 1857, in 1827 itself, the first university. 1818 itself, the first college. When they founded the college, they said that to impart arts and science education, irrespective of caste, color, and creed. Then imagine, the principles for, to which they subscribe. Principles they wanted to uphold, like equality, justice, and fraternity. And the college was established to provide education irrespective of caste. We were, I'm talking about 1880. The society was completely caste-ridden at that time, to start a college, to provide education for all. 1844, St. Joseph's College at Trichy in Kerala, the Union Christian College, they all, were founded much before, the formal inaugural of the three major universities. So higher education has been one of the major contributions of the missionaries that one should not forget. And I think this is time, we acknowledge and bring back and speak publicly about the contribution made by Christians. Also to higher education, and we proudly, and all of us, we talk about like and speak about Mahatma Gandhi, and recently we celebrated his 150 years. And the major influences on Mahatma Gandhi, they were very, very, very absolutely, and one can say that Christian. Leo Tolstoy's "The Kingdom of God is within you." That's biblical. The kingdom of God is within you. And Ruskin's "Unto the last." Where is unto the last? When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was naked, you clothed me. Unto the last. To the last and the least, when you do this, you have done it to me. Right? That is what the gospel says. That is what the scripture says. And Gandhi's major influence was Ruskin's "Unto the last." I'm not saying this. Publication division book on introducing India to the foreign audience. And there is one chapter on Mahatma Gandhi. And in that they have written, the author has written, Raghavan has written, that the major influences on Gandhi, where he writes Leo Tolstoy's "The Kingdom of God is within you," Thoreau's "Civil Disobedience," and Ruskin's "Unto the Last," and the Sermon on the Mount, right? The poor shall inherit the earth. All that has been a major influence on Gandhi. And in that way, I think our leaders were surely, they were, oriented or influenced by the Bible and Christianity and the Christian way of living and the Christian, values. So that is one thing I thought that I will place it before you. And I think this is the time, where also we have to proclaim very clearly that our contribution, the Christian contribution to the freedom struggle, is, like any other community in India or any other part of India, in any part in our country. Now records are available, and the present principal of the St. Joseph's College at Trichy, whose PhD is on Christian contribution to India's freedom struggle. And there are a couple of other, half a dozen books on that. And they have very clearly indicated, the first president of the INC, Indian National Congress, he was a Christian. So in that way, I think that, the contribution, freedom struggle, somewhere, this mistake has been done that, we were away from, the freedom struggle. That is not true, because we have contributed substantially to the freedom struggle, every part. And nationalism is not a monolith. And one of the books which is a bestseller, again, it is written by a good Christian, and he lives in Pondicherry now. And he was in Bihar, and he, as one of the students shared from JNU, he studied in JNU, sociology department, G. Aloysius. His book is the best seller in the non-fiction area of the Oxford University Press. The title of his book is, India, nation without nationalism, India, a nation without nationalism. So he talks about different nationalisms. In India, it is not one monolith, one nationalism that, brought us freedom, several nationalisms, linguistic, religious, regional, many other things. So in that way, I think we should not be silent when such questions are put to us about our role in the freedom struggle, substantial contribution, and particularly in the area of print media. I think many of them, they have played a major role. One or two people I thought that I will place it before you, about whom also I write. One Rutunasamy from Tamil Nadu. He was supposed to be the member of the Constituent Assembly, but Rajaji, this man is a very shrewd politician. He wanted to avoid, a Catholic layman, and then he was in favor of Father Jerome D'Souza to be the member of the Constituent Assembly. Otherwise, Rutunasamy was, an Oxon, studied in Oxford University. He was Annamalai University Vice Chancellor. He was Madras Presidency's Public Service Commission Chairman. Outstanding, absolutely outstanding person, Rutunasamy. And many say that if only he had been a member to Constituent Assembly, many analysts say that the Constituent Assembly would have elected not Rajendra Prasad, but Rutunasamy as president of the Constituent Assembly. And the president of the Constituent Assembly only later became the first president of India. So in that way, many Joachim Alva and Violet Alva, whether you heard about them, I don't know. Their portrait is the portrait that is kept in the Indian Parliament today. If we look for, with the paintings and the portraits of Gandhi and Ambedkar and Nehru and many others in the Parliament, it is the portrait of Joachim and Violet Alva, a Christian couple who played such a significant role. They were, they were in media, and also they were, great lawyers. Both of them were lawyers. And she was the first lawyer. Violet was the first lawyer enrolled in, Mumbai Bar Council. And Joachim was the first Sharif, not first Sharif. He was a Sharif, in Mumbai Corporation. So both of them played a major role, and Violet became the member of Rajya Sabha 1952 to 1969. Imagine, for about closer to 2 decades, she was the member of Rajya Sabha, and she was the deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha. And in 1969, there was all possibilities for Violet Alva to become a president. If only that had happened, then she would have become the first lady president and also the Christian president of India. Anyway, many of these chances, many of these happened because of the political parties and the priority and many other things. So I can name many of them, but another outstanding educationist, Malcolm Adiseshiya, and he was coming from UNESCO, and the Tamil Nadu government at that time, MGR, asked him to be the vice chancellor, and he was the one who introduced the autonomous colleges in India. The first autonomous colleges, my own Loyola College, is an autonomous college. We became autonomous in 1978 when the government decided to give autonomy for 8 colleges. And 4 or 5 colleges were Christian colleges. And they were the ones who opted for that. Madras Christian College, St. Joseph's, and Loyola. We were the first ones. It was Malcolm Adiseshiya. Semester system was introduced by him. Like that, we have, Chandran Devanesan, for example. He was the first Indian principal of the Madras Christian College. And later he was the founder of the NEHU, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. Indira Gandhi selected him as the first vice chancellor, and he was the one who went to the Northeast and developed the first university, Chandran Devanesan. And anyway, I am reading his book now. Chandran Devanesan was born in 1917. 1917 is so 2017 was the centenary year of Indira Gandhi, Chandran Devanesan, MGR, and many others. And Chandran Devanesan wrote his PhD in Harvard University, and his PhD was on making of the Mahatma. So what were the major influences on Gandhi before he could come to India in 1919? Wonderful, great Christians who played a major role. I think we should not forget, and we should be proud of, and wherever there is opportunity to speak about them. Ida Scudder, who thought that, a girl born to a Christian missionary would become a doctor, go to America, study medicine, return as a doctor in her young age, and then served in Vellore and Katpadi, the CMC college founded by, the Christian Medical College in Vellore, which is ranked the number 1 or number 2 every year in the medical schools in India, is such a famous college established by Ida Scudder. This girl was born in India to the doctor couple, returned to US, studied medicine, returned to India. Imagine the commitment of Ida Scudder And Mary Glowry, she was responsible, an Australian missionary, a sister who is now servant of God and closer to sainthood. And she was the founder of the St. John's Medical College because she started the Christian Christian Hospital Association of India. She worked in Guntur in Andhra Pradesh. So we have many of them contributing for that. I will move on from here to the second area, an invitation to all of you. Am I taking too much time? Should I finish now?
You can go ahead. You can go ahead, Doctor.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Another 5-10 minutes, I'll finish.
No problem.
Yeah. The second part. Yeah. The second part, I thought that it is an invitation. First part, I thought that we should be proud of our Christian tradition, proud of our history, and proud of being Indian Christians. In no way we are inferior to any other community in India. Our contribution has been substantial, and we are as patriotic as anyone. And so that's the first one. Second one is an invitation where I would like you. I was listening to sister's presentation about activities, Christian activities, Catholic activities in the campus, and she mentioned about AICUF. She mentioned about many other movements. So the invitation to the Christian students who are joining the college is to join some of these movements. These movements, ACMI, for example, Student Christian Movement of India, and AICUF, and IMCS or YCS, YSM. In the contemporary India, the Christian leaders were the products of these movements. Known figures like Margaret Alba or Sangma, who was Speaker of the Lok Sabha, and then he died recently. He was also the founder of the national, with Sharad Pawar, the Nationalist Party, Maharashtra, NCP. They were all members. Jacob, he was a minister, also he was governor, and they were all members of AICUF. So in that way, I think that, while in campus, try to be with, try to join one of these clubs, and definitely, the clubs will give you, a different perspective, and your academic perspective is different. And from academic perspective, these movements will give you, your vision will get widened. Your choices will get widened. Your options would get widened, and you yourself would, see the society deeply. So those are the things, that you will learn by joining the clubs. And I don't want to go too much into that. But that's my second part, invitation to join one of the clubs, one of the activities. And definitely these activities will help you to understand better, particularly how to connect our religion with that of the outside world. We have to be, we have to get connected, and that the moments will definitely play a major role. And the third one, I thought that what I will share with you is what is being a Christian today. I think this is a major challenge for all of us, particularly in the context that is prevailing in our country. What is how to play this role. I think that today, our faith has to 100% Christian means 100% human. So that way, faith that does justice. If our, justice is diverse from faith, I think that our faith is not, in the right direction. We have to put it very, very in simple words. Children are told by the parents, do good and avoid evil. I think that today in India we have come to a stage where we have to tell, as parents are listening to this, do good. It is not avoid evil, but fight evil, right? Question evil and fight evil. I think that is one message that has to be, given by the parents to their wards, and colleges should create a space for that, because today your principal made a mention about one of the recent encyclicals of Pope Francis, Fratelli Tutti, fraternity. Fraternity, what is fraternity? Fraternity is all about, considering considering the other, considering the other as yourself. Our constitution has in the preamble fraternity. What is fraternity? What is being fraternal? The others are my brothers and my sisters. The sense of brotherhood, and the sense of sisterhood. Pope Francis has borrowed, extensively using these terms: brotherhood, fraternity. These terms are all very Muslim. Muslims use, they use the term brotherhood, strongly, and fraternity strongly. And the Imam last year he went to UAE, and then this encyclical was greatly influenced by his interaction with the Muslim and with the Muslim world. And fraternity is this. And maybe I will start by giving one example by mentioning about fraternity, because it talks about assuring the dignity of the individuals. When Mother Teresa usually travels in ambulance. She doesn't go by car or by van. And because she knows very well that as she travels, she would, see people on both sides of the road, lying on the road. So take them and then put them in the ambulance, take them to her houses, Nirmal Herude. Her houses all over the world are known as two types of houses. One is Nirmal Herude, namely the home for the dying, and another one is the Shishu Bhavan, children, right? Mumbai, in Calcutta, she was traveling, and there was a person lying on the street, half dead, and rats were eating the body, and she immediately got out of the ambulance and then lifted the body. And then people around, sitting, they said that, "Mother, why are you taking this body? Anyway, this person is going to die, and the corporation would come. Calcutta Corporation lorry would come and then take this body. Why are you?" She said that he should not die as an animal on the street, and he is a human person. He should die, with dignity. So he was taken to the Nirmal Herude and given bath and dressed. After a few hours, this person died. But before dying, this person said that my existence was, one of animal. I existed. I did not live. Human beings have to live. I existed on the street, on the platform. But while I am closing my eyes, I am dying with dignity. So this is the dignity she restored to everyone. And the last one with which I will complete is this. In Kerala, there was a school area, and then a small little child was crossing the road, 5-year-old boy, and then he was hit by a car, and the boy died. And he was the only child. And the parents were inconsolable. You can imagine. Parents were inconsolable. And Kerala High Court said that when the parents went to the Kerala High Court, they said that it's an accident. This man was driving the car, and the boy was crossing, and then the car hit the boy and then the child, and then he died. So it's accident. Nothing can be done. The parents went to the Supreme Court, and the case came before Justice Krishna Iyer. And Krishna Iyer, while examining this case, he said he summoned this person who was driving the car, and then he said that. Gentlemen, this is in the 80s, 70s, 80s. He said that very few people in India, they have, their own car to drive, and you are one of those very privileged person. And second, he said that while driving the car, you are very well aware that it is a school zone. There are, signboards which say that it is a school zone. You should have been extremely careful while driving in the school zone, that the children would cross at any time and to go at the minimum speed. And then he said that finally he said that you fail to consider that child as your child. And he said that this is violation of fraternity, the principle that is enshrined in the Constitution. And he was punished for that. Fraternity is that. I think today as Christians, as Christian students, our duty is to, give emphasis to this fraternity, assuring the dignity, recognizing the dignity of every human person, and to connect with every human person. We will be hit and we will be challenged and we will be persecuted. Whenever Christianity faced persecution, it flourished. All of us know this Diocletian statement that persecution of the Christianity, became the seed of the church. Blood of the martyrs becomes the seed of the church, right? So we will. And that is the reason why one of them also mentioned, saying that we should come out of our comfort zone. This is what the Pope is also telling. As Christians, we should get challenged. If there is no challenge, we are not a Christian, unchristian. There is no challenge, you are not a Christian. So he says that we should get challenged and we should come out of that, out of the comfort zone. We will be humiliated, we will be hit, and be ready for all that. And that is what the Christian, life invites us. And I think psychologically to get ready for that and to learn, from our academic experience and to connect with others and considering every other person as a brother and as a sister and giving, full emphasis for, the term fraternity. We have to, this term has become very famous after Fratelli Tutti, but I think that this conveys a lot of meaning. So the first years, you have my best wishes and have a wonderful stay. And I think that you will learn a lot. And in the Christian colleges, you will learn values. What I mentioned to you, these are all values. And we will live for values and live for values. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Bernardi Sami, for this informative and thought-provoking address. Christian higher education has been the pillar of education system through ages in India. And you rightfully said that for us Christians, education has always been a mission. At JMC, we strive to be a fraternity of brothers and sisters. And this is the foundation on which the administrators, students, and teachers work together at Jesus and Mary College, and we will definitely continue with this mission. I now invite Dr. Christodos, Assistant Professor, Department of History, to deliver the word of thanks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Megha. It's indeed my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this very historically significant occasion. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Lord Almighty for His amazing grace and choicest blessings on each one of us. I also would like to take this opportunity to place on record our heartiest thanks to the chief guest, Dr. Bernardi Sami, Dean, School of Human Excellence, Loyola College, Chennai. Despite his busy academic and administrative schedule, he accepted our invitation graciously. Thank you, sir. In fact, your special address was unique, as always, because of the novelty of ideas. I really liked your idea that we need to be proud to identify ourselves as Indian Christians. I think I take it very, very seriously now. You also explained how missionaries were the first to establish inclusive educational institutions since 1818. It's really very interesting and thought-provoking. And you have also enlightened us with some of your historical background, how Christians continue to enlighten other communities and their contribution to print media and India's struggle for independence and nation building. So these histories, I think, the future generation, and these first year students also should be aware of it, I think, and they also will be able to do research on this. Many things I think we need to explore. You also mentioned how we need to give emphasis on the concepts like dignity, fraternity now more than ever before, despite the trials, temptations, and challenges. I'm sure that all the students would definitely take note of your insightful ideas and would take them forward to make a difference in the society, to be a channel of blessing, peace, and prosperity. So I strongly believe that your insightful and enlightening words of wisdom would continue to encourage students and all the faculty members, particularly the first year students, to be women of competence, excellence, and empowerment. Thank you once again, Dr. Bernard, for your very insightful words. I also need to thank Dr. Sandra Joseph. Well, an event like this cannot happen overnight. Obviously, the wheels start rolling weeks ago. Of course, it requires meticulous planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to have a very positive, proactive, productive, dedicated, and dynamic visionary and institution builder, Dr. Sandra Joseph, the principal of Jesus and Mary College. Thank you, Dr. Sandra, for being instrumental in organizing this orientation program very efficiently and successfully by reaching out to students even in this new normal. Thank you, Dr. Sandra.
Thank you. It is a joint effort. Thank you very much.
We all know, with the strain of socio-economic situation due to this pandemic, everyone around is affected and facing their part of stress, anxiety, and hopelessness. Even in these desperate and trying times, you, the students, the young minds, torchbearers of hope, future of our nation builders in the making, were able to be part of this orientation program. On behalf of the management, Principal Dr. Sandra Joseph, and the staff members of JMC, I would like to extend my profound thanks to all the students for making this program a truly memorable one. Thank you, students. I'm also deeply indebted to thank Sister Dr. Rosalie for beautifully describing the mission and vision of JMC congregation and the vision particularly of St. Claudine Theven. Also, thank you, Sister, for your constant support, encouragement, and guidance in this, making this program a successful. Thank you, Sister Dr. Rosalie. I also extend my sincere thanks to Sister Dr. Molly Abraham for making a wonderful presentation about the AICUF Society and being convener of this AICUF Society. She continuously shows her passion for provoking the students to be leaders of future generation. I also thank Sister Molly for her painstaking efforts, relentless support, and continuous guidance in organizing this meeting so meticulously. Well, I also thank the former students, Anne Jacob, Sebastian, Sonia Sebastian, and Shobha Abraham for taking their time to come and to share, to encourage and inspire the students. It is really remarkable. It's really remarkable. We need to thank all the three members once again on behalf of the college and the faculty members. Well, I also wish to express my sincere thanks to our efficient, well-organized, and profound professional technical team members, Mr. Gaurav Verma, and he was ably assisted by students like Rinsi and Glory. Thank you, Gauravji, for your efficient support. I also take this opportunity to thank Ms. Megha Jacob, Assistant Professor in Economics, for hosting this program very efficiently. She also has coordinated this program so well with the technical team, and also making this program a very successful one. Thank you, Megha. I must mention my deep sense of appreciation for our students, Dhania Kuriakos, Angel Aplon, and Jonah Santosh, for their wonderful singing. Thank you, singers. And we also have one more singing at the last. I'm sure this will be a Christmas carol. I thank you all in advance. I also thank all the faculty members and non-teaching staff for taking your valuable time to be part of this wonderful program. If I have missed anyone, I sincerely apologize. I thank you as well. Once again, I thank everyone for making this event a historic one. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir. I thank you all for being such a patient audience and hope that each of you will walk in the footsteps of Christ and strengthen and invigorate the Jesus and Mary College family. Each one of us is preparing to receive infant Jesus during the time of Advent, and we would like to close this event with a few wonderful Christmas carols. The following carols were sung by Ms. Ashna Aplon, alumna of the Department of BA Program, and by Ms. Joanna Mary Santosh, a second-year BA Program student of Jesus and Mary College.
Jesus Christ is born. But shepherds yet be watching, oh, great folks by night. They all grow up in heaven, they show the holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountains that Jesus Christ is born. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to all of you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all. And I also forgot to mention that in our technical team, Ms. Rinsi as well as Ms. Glory also played a major role. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Christula said that. Has the live streaming stopped, Gaurav?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe you can stop it now.
Okay, fine.